my goodness. We're here to talk about Benidorm Fest semifinal 2, and I am not alone. Let's go do a round robin. Introduce yourselves, and I'm going to kick off with you, Lily. And you're on mute.
Hey everyone, it's me, Lily Love Stuff, from the Eurovision fam team.
Okay.
Did something happen?
Oh, I'm here.
I'm here too.
Oh, I messed up, didn't I?
Well, y'all, okay, we're just going to get into this. Okay, so Lily, I'm kicking it over to you to break down the results. And before we tell what we liked and our personal favorites and things like that, let's live in reality and talk about what actually happened.
Yeah. So results wise, we have our 4 qualifiers who were I'm gonna go from descending order, so 4th up to 1st. We have Almácor with Brillos Platino. That was our 4th place finisher. He ended up finishing 4th with the professional jury. However, with like the televote and the demoscopic jury, he was down in the 6th place. Oh no, not 6th, 5th place region there. Then we had our 3rd qualifier was Jorge González with Caliente. Jorge didn't do too well with the jury. I don't know why he didn't do too well with the jury, but we'll talk about that. He wouldn't have qualified without the help of the televote and the demoscopic jury. He topped both televote and demoscopic. Then in 2nd we had Maria Peláe with Remitente. That one came 2nd with the expert jury, with the demoscopic jury, and with the televote, she came in 3rd. Then in 1st, we have Saint Pedro with Dos Extraños, Cureteto de Cureda. He won the expert jury, and with the demoscopic jury and televote came 2nd. So those are our 4 qualifiers heading into Saturday night from tonight.
All right, well, that's what actually happened, but it's our opportunity to rank the night for ourselves. And this is just our personal rankings. And of course, we'll talk about, who maybe let us down tonight. We'll then talk cumulative as we prep for Saturday night. But for now, let's live in what happened in Spain this evening. So, Augusto, you're 1st through 4th place.
Buenas noches. Good evening. I didn't get to introduce myself, but I'm Augusto, also part of the Eurovision fam. So, ranking tonight's 8 contestants, my number 4 is Almácor. Number 3 is San Pedro. Number 2, Maria. And number 1, Jorge. For tonight.
Okay.
Lily, your turn.
Okay, for tonight, number 4 for me was I'm gonna go with Jorge, was my number 4. My number 3 is controversial, but Marlena, I really liked their performance. And then my number 2 was Saint Pedro. And my number 1 was Maria Peláe, because that was an experience. That was an absolute experience.
Okay. So for me, my 4th place, and we're talking personally, my 4th place was Jorge. And I don't know why Twitter got confused because I was talking about locals, not myself, because I don't listen to that song. So, but he moved up for me to number 4 because there are some songs that I stream all the time that won't be touching 1st to 4th. If I could put more points below, I would do that. Okay, but anyway, so I would do 4th place. Ooh, am I still here? Okay, 4th place, Jorge. 3rd place for me is Third place for me is Roger. Roger's my third place. And then my second place was St. Pedro. And my first place for the night, we're talking about for the night in the performances, Maria. I mean, come on. I am consistent. Okay. So we've done our rankings, our personal rankings for how we received the performances this evening. Who let you down tonight? And I'm going to kick off with you, Augusto. Who let you down tonight?
Well, Marlena, sorry. That was not good. And I'm keeping it, and I'm being nice. That was not good. That was the most anticlimactic staging that song could have gotten. That was not it. Whoever designed it, gotta go. Not good. And that's why they didn't do well. That was not good. It would look weird. It should feel beachy, not like a club. Although you will dance it in the club. See the concept? That's what happened. That's why it failed.
All right, Lily, who disappointed you this evening?
See, unlike Tuesday night, where I had very clear thoughts about disappointment, I was really disappointed by anyone tonight. I kind of went in, like, I haven't really been living in the Benidorm playlist like you guys have been. So, like, I was kind of going in really fresh and kind of like, let's open the ears up. I would say there was like no performances where I was like, oh, I was expecting something better and didn't get anything. So unfortunately, I had no disappointments. I know it's a little anticlimactic.
Okay, that's wonderful for you. Of course, my biggest disappointment tonight was Marlena, because that is probably my most listened to national selection song. Now, I will say we got Benidorm songs early, so maybe it's not crazy that it's my most listened to. But to me, that vocal was unforgivable. And they really seemed scared. And to me, what that gives is unprepared. And with that song being just such a banger, the fact that so many people were introduced to the song in this way, as someone who loves the song, I am very disappointed. I will say, like, St. Pedro, honestly, I wasn't really expecting the staging to be that great. I was really wanting the live performance really to suss out his voice, and suss out whether he could deliver. And so even though I think the staging was a miss, I don't think it was that much of a disappointment as like Marlena, which it was like, I didn't like the clothes. Well, the clothes were okay. Maybe I won't trash that. Like, the clothes were fine. But I would have maybe styled them. I would have styled them more casual. I would have kept like them at the beach. I would have kept it like chill with like good energetic camera angles. That is what I would have done for Marlena or Marlena. I would have done that. But St. Pedro, really we just needed to see, like, can you sing this live? And if you can do that, we can change the staging. We got months. We can hire somebody new. Like, I don't think Spain has ever worked with Sasha Jean-Baptiste. This would be a great year to call her. It would be a great year to call her. If you're going to go with that song.
In high key, Sasha might say yes to that song. That's a song she would be like, give it to me now. If anybody from Sasha's team is listening to this video, give a call to RTVE, call Maria Izaguirre, and get that bag. Go hustle it, because you might get it.
I don't know. My thing with his staging was just like, I get what he was going for, but not in black and white. Like a little color, like some warm, like sunsetty colors, maybe. Also, I didn't like the choreo the girls were doing. It just felt too fast.
The choreo was ridiculous. I mean, it was ridiculous. It was completely ill-fitting for the song. It did not enhance the storytelling. It was so divorced of the storytelling of the song. I'm like, we could have easily done dancers in silhouette and display a couple together, so it's like almost like he's, marinating on the memories of this relationship that he had, and then you see them come apart. Like, that's what we needed. And absolutely, yes, Lily, we needed some injection of color. This is Spain. Why are we sitting there like we're going to a dirge? This is not a funeral procession. Okay? We're taking beautiful walks along the water. Sorry. I just want people to know, like, people who know. I typically have the most critiques and edits for the songs that I love, because I'm like, I know what you can be. So, I mean, but ultimately, I mean, St. Pedro was still my number 2 of the evening. Maria, if Blanca Paloma wasn't paid dust last year, I would be completely on the Maria train, telling Spain, like, do it. But I know Spain wants to do well. And I know that they want to finish high. And so I want them to send, like, to me, I'm like, all I can do in this function is give you the best advice to allow you to reach the goal that you yourself profess to wanting to reach. And if I am to do that, then I should be clear on what I think would be the most optimal package for Eurovision. So I think St. Pedro is a good package for Eurovision, even though my winner of the evening was Maria.
No, I completely agree with that. And you know who had great use of color? Maria. It was like, I found that she had probably the best use of color out of anyone of the night. And I mean, the staging was kind of giving me a little bit female cult leader in her harem of men, which is goals personally. And so I appreciated that combined with like the bright colored staging. It just gave it a lot of like extra energy that pushed it into my number 1 for the night.
Augusto, do you want to expand? Because wait, your winner for the evening was Jorge, right?
Correct.
Okay, well, why don't you go on and make your plea in defense of Jorge?
I think my concept and my vision is a very unpopular opinion, because his impressive result, even though it was third, he slayed the demoscopic vote and he slayed the televote. This is the thing, and it may be unpopular because Twitter is mad as hell that he did so well, except with the juries. I think the juries tonight were fairer than on Tuesday. I believe the critiques, I mean, the way they pointed out, was more balanced than it was on Tuesday, in my opinion. The case for Jorge is the following. His package was, from my perspective, very well thought of and very well announced from the very beginning by him. His inspo was Chanel. He stated it a couple times in interviews. He was inspired by Chanel to come back and do it. So, was it great? No. Is it cohesive to the song he presented? Yes. Does it elevate it? Not that much, but it does a little bit. And definitely the execution was there. He was great. Like, he was really good. And that's why for me,
yeah,
he won the night, because that was very cohesive. But Maria, she's a really good jury bait, just like Blanca Paloma was. But after that traumatic result, this is not her year. San Pedro, though, and I think I'm diverting a little bit of the question, but San Pedro, I put him third because it let me down. This staging needed to be way more simple, and the music video should have been the inspiration of the staging. Nobody did. That was
honestly, even the lyric video, I was like, ooh, like him just kind of doing things very simple and just singing the song. Like, I didn't want him necessarily like with a guitar or something straightforward, but like him just like in the chair and then like showing people as he's singing, which will act as the telling of us. Okay, so we talked about who let us down tonight. Okay, so now we're talking overall. We saw the performances on Tuesday. We now have the performances from the second semifinal, your first place, and then your second runner-up overall. Lily, I'm kicking it to you first.
I'm going to go ahead and actually say, I think after all of the performances, I would put Nebulossa as my favorite overall of the 2 nights. Just, it was so much fun. Vocal wasn't the best in the world, but it was just a lot of fun for me, and I like having that fun. And I'd say overall my second place, Maria. Like, just, she's fantastic. The staging's great. She sounds great, looks great. Everything about that is really solid and really good. And I think that's kind of like where I'm sitting right now with that.
Okay, Augusto.
So, my top 2 overall comes from tonight. First, San Pedro. Second, Jorge. Those are the best options that they have. San Pedro is my first because the song makes him put him first overall. And Jorge is second, not because of the song, but because of how he can sell the song. Can, in the event that he wins, which I see possible, tending to unlikely, in the event that he wins, this staging can be retooled. And this is also a bag that Sasha's team can also give a call and retool. Because if anybody can make a man get dripping hot and turn it up at Eurovision, it's her and her team. They can do a miracle and make petroleum out of this barrel.
I love it. I love it. Here, so let me just say, so I'm not gonna lie, like I'm torn because I feel like if you ask me the studio cuts I've been bopping to from Benidorm, St. Pedro, Marlena, Angy, and I did have Roger floating around and Nebulossa. Okay, those were the ones that like studio cut wise I was banging. All right, going into this. After seeing the live performances, and Maria, honestly, y'all, I couldn't put it on the playlist because I was like, I'm just gonna fall in love with it and I'm gonna be butthurt, like just with everything. So I was like, I don't even want to listen to it. I'm gonna wait until after Benidorm and I'm putting it on the list. Okay. So for me, I'm torn because, like, in many ways, Maria's kind of my number one with the staging and the song. It's just, I like this stuff. But then if I think about, well, and like, I felt emotive after I heard, and like, I was like, I literally was like, oh my gosh, I could cry. And I had chills, like, like throughout the song with the motions, like legit. So to me, I'm like, if we're talking our personal top 2, I probably got to put Maria first. And then my second probably is St. Pedro, because to me, although the staging was off, it wasn't like so off that I'm like, you know, this is not going to work on at Eurovision at all. You know what I mean? It still was enough that I'm like, oh yeah, like we could still make this work on the stage. So, and I just wanted the vocal to be competent, and the vocal was competent. But I did tweet out, I did say, we need to get him with a vocal coach, because right now, even though St. Pedro has the stronger song, Slamont is killing him in the vocal execution department, live vocals. Period. And we know some people can be wowed by vocals at Eurovision. I don't think vocals are everything. Obviously, we look at the results. We live in reality. So vocal execution isn't everything. But if you're talking a song like that, it can enhance. So I just need him really to be with a nice vocal coach to just build up that strength if he is going to represent Spain. Okay. So now we talked about our personal top 2, but let's just get down to brass tacks. Who do you think? And I'll let y'all make the case maybe for 2. Like, who would you send to Eurovision. I'm going to kick it off with you, Augusto, because you've been spitting facts. And I'm going to give, deferential treatment. Habla español, por favor.
Lo hago en español. Bueno, va. A todos los españoles que lleguen a ver esto, yo les recomiendo que si de San Pedro, que sean Jorge o Angy. This is the thing. Now I'm switching to English. San Pedro is the song. The song is San Pedro, period. Now, the package that, by watching Eurovision way too many years, I can feel more okay of them pulling through. Jorge and Angy have something that is more appealing. Now, for televoters, San Pedro is a jury baiter by foolproof jury bait, and tonight's jury results are proof of that. It's a perfect jury baiter. You want the jury, that's your guy. You want the televote, Jorge is the best bet possible because one, he's singing, he's dancing. You rarely see man dancing at Eurovision. Let's be
And
fact.
we should note this too. He, just like we talk about St. Pedro, y'all realize that the staging we saw is just nuggets. That's just a taster. If he went to Eurovision, they would re-choreograph that whole thing. It would be, because it really was the dance break to nowhere. You know what I mean? It was the dance break to nowhere. Even though I got the concept of it, but I wouldn't have people worried about that. And Lily, you can hop in here too. Here's the thing. Yes, we say like, Jorge, you're saying televote, but look at what the juries did last year. When they saw Noah Carell dipping and doing it on the stage, the juries didn't blank out Chanel. Like no. if Jorge is able to, I think, really push the dance bit, and I mean the vocal was there. I'm not gonna take away from that. Like the vocal was there. Like he was definitely singing the song great. And he's very telegenic. I could see, looking at what the jury has done, I don't see the juries not giving him points. I'm sorry. It's just, I wish I could live in a world where I would trust the jury to be like, look at the song quality and blah, blah, blah. But they can be wowed by, bodies, arms, chest, sweat, dripping.
I get the Vaseline out. Let's go. No, honestly, when it comes to this, I think I'm in the same boat as like Augusto is, where it's like, for me, St. Pedro has the best song, period. It's the only one from the Benidorm Fest playlist that's been on my playlist personally. And then I'd say with the overall package, Jorge's almost Eurovision ready. We have to just get a dance break that makes sense right there, and it's good to go. And his vocal was fine. He's gonna get jury love. Like, I'd say he's probably the safest bet, but I just can't see Jorge winning the whole contest like I can with St. Pedro. And the biggest issue with St. Pedro is just getting that staging package together and getting his vocal better, because it's the kind of song you want to have a perfect vocal on. Like,
Hold on.
that vocal.
I don't really want to interrupt you, but this is true. We have not talked about Almácor. Here's the thing. Almácor was not disappointing to me, so there was no reason to mention because I had no high hopes that there would be a vocal executed. In that, I find the song to be actually derivative. We can pull out several songs that already sound one, the Chris Brown track, the other one, the Neo track. And I just can't, and he was flat the whole time. He was flat. So I understand, and here's the thing. I like this type of music. My number one song last year, most played song, was from Bad Bunny. All right. So to me, if you're going to be like a clone and just like heavily lifted and inspired, I'm going to need the execution to be top notch. Lily, what are your thoughts on Almácor? And, Augusto, you can touch on Almácor because we could just say something. Because, he did make it.
Yeah.
So
I think with Almácor, he qualified because people got wowed by some little AR. Like the augmented reality was the best we've seen in the Eurovision sphere. But I'm a Perfume fan. If you've never seen Perfume perform, you need to go look them up because they use AR and projections. Like you know, for real. Like the stuff they do with their projections live, I would love to see on the Eurovision stage, and we're never gonna get it. But yeah, I'm not impressed with the visual alone. And the song you were referencing, what, a Neo song from 2007? I have nothing else to say.
And the Chris Brown track is, I think, pre the world falling down, because that was the Double Mint commercial. Double your beep beep beep. Like literally, it is the double your pleasure with double mint gum.
I'm sorry, I said
You're
Perfume. Now
mute.
people.
Alicia,
Oh,
you're mute.
Augusto, yeah.
So I put him Almácor fourth. Visually on television, the staging was really dope. Like what they set up for television was dope. Since he's an urban artist, I will not deny him to have great vocals. I can. I'm from the Caribbean. I'm Dominican. I'm in DR. Most of our urban performers, they do not have high, pitch perfect vocals. We don't. We just want the attitude, the fun. He looked a little nervous, on TV, but Almácor was cute. Like I put him fourth because although I wasn't super duper convinced of the whole thing, I still really liked it a lot. And I will still stream Brillos Platino because that's the type of music that sounds just listen where I'm at. And I
Okay,
like the
so
song.
we can go back. So let's go back to who do we think Spain should send? And I said I'd give y'all two options.
Yeah, I think I said I would say Saint Pedro or Jorge.
And
Like
I
as far
was
as who they should send.
and I was in the same boat. San Pedro first, Jorge and Angy, I have them tied for second.
Okay, and I will come in here and I just want to, ooh. Okay. Oh, wait, hold on. I want to shout out. Okay, Dacaza St. Pedro has the best song to possibly be in the winner's circle. Chanel only won the jury vote, not the public or Dems, so fingers crossed. So here's where I'm at. Who do I think Spain should send? Nebulossa to me is like solid. I feel, and I would say, and I'll tell you why. I think televoters will love it. I think if Nebulossa adds two women of a certain age, backing vocalists to join her on the stage, we've got space because so far it was just three people. If we have two women of a certain, what?
It's five.
Who else was there?
She's in the middle.
Oh,
The
that's
two,
right. That's right. They
her
have.
husband and probably the daughter are in the back.
Okay, I understand you wanting to bring them with you, but girl, we got to get some points. This is Eurovision. So this is what we need to do. We need to have the two male dancers and we need to have two other women of a certain age flanking you on either side. And if we're serving like see you next Tuesday with a Y energy with the sassy ladies, I am telling you, like it honestly, it won't even matter what the jury does that much because I think the jury won't blanket and we could have a constructed moment and then Spain gets to come top 10. So that's my pathway for Nebulosa, where I'm like, I could see that. I'm like, we could do something.
So
Okay.
wine moms on a Vegas weekend.
Come on now. Let's go. Ticket booked. Okay.
I love it. I love it.
I do feel like if Spain wants to have the energy of like bump whether we win or not, we just want to have fun. Nebulosa is the one that I think bump winning. Let's just have fun, and I think everyone will like love you for it. I just think that. Then I'm like St. Pedro is the other risk you could take. Like St. Pedro's the other risk you could take, but again, I think if it is staged well and vocally executed well, which we have time, to me, I can see that song. I could see that song winning Eurovision. I really could. Like if it's staged thoughtfully and the vocal is executed, because we are getting a lot of bombast this year. We just
Me
are.
too.
It's a lot. It's going to be a lot of pop girlies. I think we are going to have like. I just feel like it's going to be a lot hitting us over the head, and something that could be so quiet that it's loud. I think could cut through, and I think Saint Pedro's song is the song that could cut through. Rogers, if Blas Canto couldn't do it, Roger ain't gonna do it at Eurovision. So as much as I love the song, I'm just like, they're not gonna give that shine. St. Pedro still has that transportive vibe. But I will give an honorable mention.
Let me tell you one thing. In
Okay, go ahead.
my Dominican Eurovision, Eurovision fan group chat, someone had the audacity of comparing San Pedro to Blas Canto.
No, 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 no. Totally different. Totally different. This is feeling more indie. It's feeling more authentic. Blas Canto was coming in there with like, the power ballad of like not Enrique Iglesias, the father, Julio. Julio
Julio.
Iglesias. You know what I mean? Like it was giving that very like old 80s, 90s. I'm going to come in and sing this thing and do nothing else. Like, you know what I mean? It just, this St. Pedro's is very, very different. It's very, very different. Like Blas Canto, again, power ballad. St. Pedro, this is like indie. This is vibe
It's
music.
completely different.
Totally different.
It's completely different.
Yeah, so St. Pedro, I think, is the other risk to take. But again, I do the asterisks. And I'm not saying I want Spain to send this. But I feel like I would not be doing my job if I didn't say it.
I don't know.
Jorge will get points. He'll get points.
Guaranteed. Guaranteed. Guaranteed.
Yeah,
The
no,
vocals are there. The choreo can be perfected. The backdrop that they use for the staging, very simple. Not so much. It worked for me. I wouldn't use though the prop that he used at the end, the elevator. I would take that out. I wouldn't use it. That was too much. But then the one at the beginning that looked like a sauna, that was different. That was interesting. He was giving women in other demographics all they want.
oh my gosh.
It's just funny to me that people think no one will give it 12 points. Because, like, I can see the people going, with the points. And our 12 points go to, Caliente, España. 12 points from, I don't know what country this is. But
You
but
know,
I,
you know
I
which
can
country would be if they did it with Eleni Foureira and they did it with Chanel? Sweden.
Yes.
Sweden.
That is true.
Mark it.
That is true. That is true.
I'm sorry. I'm like over giggling now. No, honestly, I think if I'm gonna compare anything to like St. Pedro, I would compare like Amas Pelas Deutsch. You know what I mean? It's got that same kind of energy. That'd be completely unexpected. I'm sorry. I'm trying not to laugh looking at you too. But yeah, no, I can see Jorge getting love. He definitely would get some 12s from the jury. It would happen. And if you
San Pedro is a potential. Maro, Amar pelos dois, you name it. That vibe, it's a foolproof jury vader. This jury at Benidorm is it's 2/3 heads of delegations. There's 3 heads of delegations. They're going to eat it up. They will eat it up. This can do easily top 5. And I think this song is more accessible than Francis. So sorry.
No. I do agree. I do think there is an accessibility to St. Pedro's that France.
Yes.
And I think there is a level that I could see people looking at France and going like, oh, it's France doing this. But then I think there is a level of people going, oh, France being French. So I do think if St. Pedro goes, Slimon is his direct competition. So he needs to get in that vocal gym to make sure that he has it together. Period. I do think, I will say we're going to see what Germany gives. I think Rick's song could that could hurt St. Pedro a little bit. But I do think Rick's song is more modern. It's still not quite what St. Pedro's giving us. But I guess we got to close this out. I mean, we don't know what's going to happen. I won't be voting. So, Spain, choose what you want, ultimately. But I have to say this. If you decide to be like, look, Benidorm is just our thing, we don't care how it does at Eurovision, then act accordingly. Then pick the song that you like, and if it gets completely blanked on by juries and televotes, you can't say anything. You can't say anything, because all you can say is, well, we sent the song that we really liked. If you didn't like it, like, whatever. But it can't be, oh, they don't give us points, like, blah, blah, blah. Like, it can't be that energy. It should be the Italian energy of like, oh, well, whatever, we sent what we like. Who cares? Like, who cares? Still gonna be a hit here. So, I just think you gotta keep that same energy. It's either you pick the thing because you want to do well at Eurovision and you want to see it do well, so it's like boom, boom, let's go. Or you just don't care, and then again, just that's all I'm saying. Just keep that same energy though, because we'll be back. We'll be here in May, so we'll know. But I do think St. Pedro probably has all the makings to win, right?
Yeah.
Do y'all think who could steal it from St. Pedro?
Nobody.
Slovenia?
Tonight's jury vote proves it. He got 98% of the jury vote. 94 out of 96 points. Sorry. He's guaranteed a similar result on Saturday, regardless of the running order. He has that jury on lock. The other positions are going to be altered. So who may be suffering the most on Saturday? Probably Almácor and Jorge, not María and San Pedro.
Well, Lily, do you think anyone could steal it from St. Pedro?
No, because the jury has too much power.
They
It's
do.
off balance. The jury is too much. So it's not gonna happen.
Whoever wins the jury vote on Saturday is guaranteed to be the Spanish representative in Malmö.
Mhm. Yeah.
Literally, you said the jury has too much power, and I swiped out of the browser. It's like, get that.
I was
No.
like, oh no, I'm going to do her closer.
Someone said, hopefully Angy. I think y'all are, here's the thing, y'all.
No, I'll do it. I got you. Angy came third overall on Tuesday, okay? She didn't have enough points coming through from the jury to be in the top. She didn't have enough points coming through to be the top in the televote either. It's not going to happen. Like, I don't know how else to phrase it besides Angy can't pull through. Unless, are they going to have all brand new jurors? No, it's going to be the same jury, right? Yeah, it's not going to happen. Like, the jury favors San Pedro, and whoever wins the jury is going to win overall.
And I think that Jorge, San Pedro, and Maria will give Angy especially, hell of a run on Saturday. Because with Mantra out of the equation, from semifinal 1, the best performing televoter was Angy. Angy has a lot of public support. She will do pretty well. She's guaranteed first or second in the televote on Saturday. I'm confident of first to third of the televote on Saturday. One of those 3 places is for Angy. Which one is it going to be? I'm not sure. But who's going to give her a lot of competition? Maria, Jorge, and San Pedro.
Well, I'm looking at it because in the highest score you can get with the demoscopic is 40. The highest vote score you can get with the televote is 40, right?
Yes.
That makes 80 together, and on the jury alone, San Pedro has 94 this time around. And what's the max? 96 for the jury?
96.
Yeah, I can't see a pathway for Angy to win. Because 80, you have to make up that 16. Where's that 16 going to come from?
Okay, y'all. Well, we'll see what goes down on Saturday, and I'm ready for anything because I do feel like I'm gonna get a song I like. I think I'm gonna get a song I like. I think I'm gonna get one of my Eurovision pre-selects. So thank y'all so much for joining. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, please like this video and subscribe. We've got so much content coming for you. And if you haven't already checked out EurovisionFam.com, what are you waiting for? Check it out. We got some interviews with some of the folks who participated in Benidorm. So thank you so much for watching. See ya. Bye.